Brothers, welcome back to another video. On this episode of scaling a store to $1,000 a day, let me refresh it, and showing my audience literally the entire thing live, including the store name in the top right corner and the URL. And better yet, how about the actual landing page that I'm using to drive this performance? Yeah, guys, just wanted to take some time to give you guys a quick update on the store and basically give you a quick rundown and show you, like from a high level, what I'm doing with this store. So that way you guys can copy it and start getting some results. And on the topic of results, just want to give a huge shout out to a couple of new members in our community here. Shout out to Ravi, joined a couple of days ago, I believe it was, and literally just tried out the new Desire to Scale system. $200 literally after just launching like on day one, or I think day two. And then shout out to Eric as well. Made some tweaks to his offer using the same system. Hit almost $500 in sales on his store as a complete beginner. So huge shout out to the awesome members inside of God Tier Ecom. But that being said, how do you actually generate results like these on screen? Well, that's what I'm going to do in this video. It's not going to be a super long one, not super in-depth, just kind of want to show you what's going on. And so let's go ahead and start with the ad account. Alrighty, so inside of the ad account, as you can see, it's a pretty simple setup. I basically just have two CBO campaigns, and guys, don't overthink this. Inside of the CBO campaigns, I just basically launch every single day. That's why the first kind of variable here in the name is just the month and the day. So this is a test that I launched today. And pretty much every single day, I'm just launching new creative tests. I try to launch every single day, and I would recommend you do the same. And this is a campaign that, over the maximum time frame, has performed really, really well for us. As you can see, 2.26 return on ad spend, $40 cost per purchase, and we have about 110 AOV on the store. So very, very profitable. And the system is not that complicated, guys. I leave every single ad set on. I don't really turn them off unless I am hitting the ad limit, which with how many creatives we're launching, or I'm launching rather, it's you actually hit that pretty fast. But that's probably the only time I'm pausing ad sets, and that would really be ones that are just getting absolutely zero spend. But for the most part, we're basically just launching new ads every single day in a CBO campaign. I'm not doing anything fancy here, and no interest, just completely broad targeting. The actual ad setup itself is pretty simple. As you can see, I like to use very simple, very basic image ads. And the reason why I like to use image ads that are super basic is for a couple of reasons. But the first reason is that when you run images that look nothing like ads, like very, very basic images related to your product or your brand. So obviously this is a brand that's in the pet niche. So I've chosen photos and images that look like, you know, what someone would post if they were in this niche, just to their Facebook or Instagram. The result of that is, because it looks nothing like an ad, and especially if your copy is written really well, or if you're using a really attention-grabbing first sentence, such as like, you know, attention cat parents, when was the last time you saw your cat actually drink water? Or attention cat parents, do you know the hidden silent killer that's affecting 2 out of 3 indoor cats? So we combine these really attention-grabbing first sentences, really short, snappy headlines. We combine them with these really native style images that look exactly like what a person in this niche would just post if they just whipped out their phone and took a photo and would post it on their regular Instagram or Facebook. And the result of that, as you can see, is cost per clicks and a click-through rate in the US, by far the most competitive and most expensive audience country that you could target. And we're clocking in under $1 cost per click very, very, very consistently. In fact, like campaign average is below $1. So for every $1 I spend, I get more than one person to the website, or I get at least one person to the website, which is phenomenal. Okay, so I'm getting really strong click-through rates because the images themselves are really attention-grabbing. The first sentence is also very, very attention-grabbing. Now, the reason why we can do and leverage this principle of just getting really attention-grabbing or creating really attention-grabbing ads is, some of you might say, okay, well, if you have a very simple ad like this, then how are you actually going to sell someone on the product? And that's a really good question, because fair enough, there's not much selling that you could do with a very basic image, or comparatively less selling that you could do compared to a video. And that's exactly why if you click on any of these ads, you're actually going to get sent to the advertorial. And that's the next piece to this pie. But overall, it's not a very complicated setup, guys. CBO campaigns, if I have a new landing page to test, I'll launch it in its own campaign. And as I'm launching new creatives, I'm basically just going to continue launching those as new ad sets. And that's basically it. I just do that every single day. So again, going back to how can the ad setup be that simple? Well, it requires you to have a really strong landing page. So let me show you that now. All right, so here's the landing page that we have here. Now this is obviously what's called an advertorial. An advertorial is basically an article style landing page. It's designed to look like an article, but what it actually is a sales letter that's written typically in the first person perspective of someone in your target audience. There's multiple ways to write advertorials and different frameworks you can use, but my favorite one that just works tried and true pretty much every single time I use it is what we call the nightmare story. So it's basically a story written, as the name suggests, in the form of a nightmare that your current audience is going through. And so as you can see, when someone lands on this page, if we go into inspect element, first thing they're going to see is the headline, which immediately grabs their attention, sucks them in. They're going to see silent killer affecting 67% of indoor cats in 2025. And obviously that's going to make them go, wait, what? Silent killer? And they're going to see this image, which typically I'm going to use the same one from the creatives. That way there's a level of congruency there. So when someone clicks on the ad, they see exactly what that was or what they saw on the ad on the landing page, and just adds to that level of consistency there. And then the first sentence should just be a gut punch, like short, punchy, boom. So Max was dying and it was my fault. You're just like, holy shit. So if you keep reading, it's basically a pain, agitate, solution framework that will take the customer avatar or the person who's reading this on a journey that eventually leads to the discovery of our product. And as you can see, I try to keep this, I like to call it the Google Doc method, because there's only one image at the top, and I don't put any other images because I really just want the strength of the ad copy to be what's driving the performance here. So that's the setup, guys. One CBO campaign per landing page, launch new ad tests as I get them, and then whatever ad tests perform well, we build that into a landing page, and then from there, game over. $1,000 a day. You could literally like walk past $1,000 a day. Like $1,000 a day becomes like just easy mode when you're using the setup and you execute it properly. Now, obviously, like generating this much copy is going to seem a little daunting, especially if you've never done it before. Not to worry, guys, because I have a full prompt that I called the pain diving prompt document. You guys, for those of you that are not new to the channel or you've been on the channel before, you've seen this prompt. It's in the description. So if you are someone who wants to give this setup a try, then go ahead and click the first link in the description. The second link in the description, because that's going to take you to this document here. And if you follow prompts 1 through 9, you will pretty much have everything that I'm using right now to generate these results. Like, you'll have that for your product. So just as a quick explanation of what this is, prompt number 1 is about research. Prompt number 2 is also about research. Prompt number 3 is training the AI to be a copywriter and basically teaching it how to write good copy. 4 is creating the customer avatar profile. 5 is identifying the dominant mass desires. 6 is creating your first desire testing ad copy. Now you're also going to, or you can scroll down pretty much all the way to prompt number 9, which is creating the advertorial. And I actually have 4 resources here. Example advertorials, examples of literally my current advertorials in here. So you can literally copy paste that in, and a bunch of other resources to make sure that the copy comes out really good. And then I've literally broken down the exact framework and structure that just kills it in this setup. So pretty much, so that way, regardless of the product, regardless of what you're writing about, it will follow a proven structure and format that is designed to basically get results like these. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Just wanted to show you like what I'm doing from a high level and give you guys as much resources as possible. Yeah, this document is going to be linked below. Use it. I've also done previous videos on the channel as well, showing like how I actually enter in the prompts and like going through the process of actually writing the copy, but not going to do that in this video. More so just wanted to give you an update on how this is working, show you from a high level, like it's really not that complicated in terms of the setup. Like, the landing page is not complicated. As you saw in the ad account, it's not very complicated. What's complicated and what takes a lot of time is this part, okay? This part is where you should spend the majority of your time, and may take you a couple of hours, but that's where the money is going to be made. The money is going to be made in the research that you do and the quality of the research, and your ability to figure out what your customers want and how to make them want it now. If you can do that, it really doesn't matter what the structure of the landing page is, or how many images you use, or going back to the campaigns. It doesn't matter if you use like 7-day click or 1-day click, or if you're using cost caps or bid caps, because if you figure out this and if you spend your time doing what actually matters, the rest of it really it really doesn't matter that much. And as you can see, a very simple setup can generate you results, so long as you actually spend the time and be diligent in doing the research and putting together uh, the advertorials and the ads against proven frameworks. And I literally have that here for you, so you can check it out and give this a shot, man. I think the results speak for themselves. So guys, that's going to do it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As always, if you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Now, I'm currently on the road right now, so I don't have access to my full setup. But that being said, if you made it to this point in the video and you're still watching, I want you to comment the phrase direct response in the comments below. So if you're still watching and you made it to this point in the video, I want you to comment the phrase direct response, just as an ode to the principles that make this possible. So comment the word direct response in the comments below. And if you do that, it's going to confirm, as you guys know, one of three things, or three things in total. One, your attention span is not completely fried from TikTok, YouTube Shorts. Number two, anybody else whose brain is completely fried, they can't sit down and watch a video for 10 minutes that could change their life, they're going to be like, what the hell's going on in the comments? And lastly, number three, we're going to pick one lucky person this weekend to win a free month subscription inside of God Tier Ecom. Now, the first two reasons are already good enough to, in my opinion, make you want to comment that word. But the third reason, in case you guys are curious as to what you actually get access to inside of God Tier Ecom, let me show you really quick. So when you join, you'll get access to three things: the community, the classroom, and the calendar. The community is basically our public discussion forum where all of our students and members are basically sharing what's working for them, new strategies. Like Enos, for example, he scaled to his first 10K day and literally explained to everyone how he got there. And most recently, he broke down the ultimate definition of an angle, which, by the way, was completely fucking blew my mind. I still have to respond to this. So Enos, if you're watching this video, I did see this. I am going to respond to it, but this is just one example of how our community members, guys who are still successful and being successful with ecom, are sharing what's working for them. Then we have the classroom section. So this is where I literally teach you everything start to finish, how to start and scale your first branded dropshipping business using the new Desire to Scale system, which is our community's, I don't want to say patented, but this is the only system like it on the freaking planet, and it works so well. And I teach you how to set this up all within the span of a couple hours. So classroom is there. There's a bunch of other bonuses, free spy tools, free templates. And you can even unlock one-on-one coaching calls with me as well. And then lastly, we have the calendar, and this is where we're having our weekly Q&A live calls. So imagine if every time you had a problem with your ad account, with your store, you could literally just ask me how to fix it live, or how to scale, or what creatives to test. So there are two of these per week, and they're about an hour to 2 hours long, and you can literally ask as many questions as you want. So guys, if you want access to the community, the classroom with the complete masterclass, and the calendar as well, in addition to all the other bonuses, click the first link in the description to join God Tier Ecom. We're doing something really special right now. So right now, if you're still seeing this, you can get 60% off an annual subscription. So if you sign up for a year, you will get 60% off, and we're never going to do that again, because every time we turn it off, people blow my DMs up asking me to turn it back on. So make sure you lock that in, because if you're seeing this, you can still get that discount. On top of that, there's a 7-day money back guarantee, so you can literally test drive the entire community. You can join, take the course, get the bonuses, try the system out, and if for whatever reason you hate it, you can get your money back as long as it's within 7 days, no questions asked. So guys, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. As always, happy scaling. Shout out to direct response, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.